position. I am assuming that we will have all kinds of experiments between government run and private run. But I also would add, perhaps sooner than Cenk might, that we also ought to try between hierarchical and democratic enterprise organization. And let's see, we might find the same thing, that certain kinds of activity lend themselves better in terms of the outcome to one structure than another. And then we would argue, well, then how do we make a decision collectively, democratically, about what parts of our economy we want to be organized in state versus private, and what part in cooperative versus hierarchical organizations of enterprise. As long as we're open to it, as long as we recognize that these options are there, as long as a few of us are allowed in some public fora to argue why we think this kind of change of enterprise would be therapeutic for the problems that capitalism, modern capitalism has, then I'm very happy to submit that to the population's experimentation and for a democratic decision about how to move forward. I don't want that to happen with us excluded in our critical perspectives, because there again, that predisposes the outcome to be the status quo yet again. That's why everything that we've just been saying, both of us, are designed to try to prevent that from happening, to have the conversation open up enough so that our perspectives are part of what is to be discussed here.
Yeah.
By the way, just a conclusion, I don't want this to be an appeal. I want to make this a little scarier for the audience. I do think that, at least as for the United States, my country, we are falling apart. This is a society that is having more and more difficulties, to the point where someone like me, who never said this before, is now talking about the implosion of a system. We better have these conversations, because the more options we can talk about and think about, the more the experiments will be diverse enough to give us a future, other than to have the implosion take us into places we do not want to go.